Yo everyone, this is Oscar from Underdog. Let's go on an adventure today together. Inside this bag are a couple of vinyls from a charity shop that my friend Ben gave to me. We don't see each other that often, but every time we see each other, he gives me some secondhand vinyls. Let's have a look at what he gave me this week. I have not listened to these yet. Look at this beautiful little thing. And let's sample these and see what we can make in a one-day construction. No matter what it is that we have, we're gonna make something of it. And I'm gonna try not to shoehorn myself in to recreating yet again the same techno track. I'm gonna open my senses and try to let the art guide me in a process of play and exploration. All right, let's go. Let's check this out. This is very promising. I'm really enjoying this. That was fun. This pulse from it sitting in the groove at the end could be something as well. I really like this as a piece of percussion. It's beautiful. Now let me find some parts that I really like, create a loop that I think I really like, and then sit down at the piano and figure out what the harmony is that I want to carry the song so I understand what emotion I'm trying to bring. All right, so I found this part. I think we could do something fun. So I figured, let me put in some drums. But rather than going into my electronic music drums, let's instead find that section of the vinyl where it was hopping in the groove. It was stuck in the middle of the groove at the end of the first side of the record to keep that kind of dirty vinyl feel. And this is the groove that I came up with. Every single sample in here is part of that vinyl, warped up and down. I put through some effects and stuff. Put through a lot of saturation so that it kind of knocks a bit better. And then let's add the vinyl. It's a bit loose, but I like it that way. I don't really want it to be tight. I want to work with the sample, not against it, you know? So now I'm going to sit down at the piano and figure out a chord progression for it. Right. Wayo! Let's see what we can make happen, huh? Yes, this works. I think I got it. Let's see what that sounds like in some synthesizers. Alright, I've been working on the track for a while now and we really got this hook going. So now I'm playing with the idea of doing a little section of the song where I add my voice. I've been trying to think of a hook that complements something that has the same rhythm. So I came up with an idea over this, right? We've got 3K, this 3 times the same loop. And I was looking for some vocals that could work with the piano chords that I want to put under it and that sort of follow the contour and the vowels of what's being sung here. So let me show you what I came up with. First you're in my arms. First you're in my arms. First you're in my arms. In my arms, now you're gone, whoa. That's an idea. I don't know if it's going to translate, but the overall idea is not to make it a big lead, like overtake all the other music, but rather turn it into a motif that can sort of blend in with the rest so that everything kind of lives in harmony with each other. But it's not meant to be like a pop song kind of with a big hook. It's supposed to have this kind of like mantra type feeling to it. And I'm going to sing it into this little vintage microphone that I inherited from my grandparents' house when they passed away. So this little thing gives the perfect little old crackly kind of vibe that I'm looking for. Let me just show you. So here's my voice coming through the good mic, and here's my voice coming through the weird colored mic. Here's my voice coming through the good mic, and here it is coming through the weird colored mic. All right, let me intermezzo, little intermezzo. Let me introduce you to this thing. This thing is an old tape recorder. An old tape recorder that looks a bit like this. And the microphone that I've been singing into, this one, this mic, it came with it. So it's really from like the 60s or something. But as I was working with this thing anyway, I recorded a whole bunch of little Foley sounds with it. And now I layered some of those into the outro like this, so that when you hear just the outro, it goes. What a way to end, right? But since I built the whole beat out of vinyl bits. So anyway, I'm getting really happy with the feeling of the overall track. So in order for me to be able to render something that feels good and that feels kind of final, I definitely want to work a little bit on the mix down and make sure that it feels quite loud and competitive, sort of self-mastered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a section where it's really dense, like for example here, and I'm going to go to the master and aim for a certain LUFS on the master. And depending on how hard I have to push this track into the limiter to reach that LUFS, that's going to tell me something about which elements of my track are too dynamic. Or if I have, for example, too much bass in my track, that's the other reason why it might not reach a certain LUFS. So I'm going to work on that and work with a reference track. And once I get the densest parts hitting at a good LUFS, like -8 or something, for example, then I'm in a pretty good state, and then the rest of the track just needs to be slightly less loud than the loudest part. So let me see what I can do. I'm going to get myself a reference track and A/B against it. Okay, so we've arrived at something kind of special, if you ask me. So the core of the track is built up off the loop that I got from this vinyl. And then I added this beat which I made of the vinyl, of it flopping inside the grooves. Plus an 808, let's be real. Then I took a little risk and I decided I would sing using my actual voice. Using my actual voice actually freaks me out because I'm not a singer. This YouTube channel has a large audience, and so it's very easy for me to get completely blocked on that and to say, I'm not going to sing, I'm not going to use my voice. But honestly, as a musician, that's really energetically blocking yourself just because you're afraid it's going to be cringe and you're afraid of what people are going to think. And so I want to set some kind of precedent that I'm going to be using my voice more and more on this channel. Yes, it freaks me out. Yes, I'm embarrassed. But you know what? I'm going to try and work until I can pull it off. So in this case, what I do is... You were in my arms. You were in my arms. You were in my arms. In my arms, now you're gone. Whoa. You were in my arms. That's a cool outro. Anyway, that is my take on this record. That is my one-day construction, my one-day build. Thanks to my friend Ben for providing this. I had a real blast making something of this. This was really far out of my comfort zone. Ben also makes these radio programs that are basically mashups of all sorts of like pop songs interspersed with stand-up comedy and things like this. They're real labors of love, so go check out his stuff. I'll leave a link to it below. Leave a comment below if you think this is kind of cool and you want me to publish it. It doesn't really fit under Torque or Face the Sun, but who cares? Maybe I'll publish it as some other name. If you're confused in any way about the workflow that I used, go check out my courses, Foundations of Electronic Music Level 1 and Level 2. That's where I explain basically everything that I know and everything that I applied today. I explain there. Remember to have fun while you're making music, and until next time, stay producing, be good to each other, and take care. Bye-bye.